But I have to read this. Hi! We don't even have our microphones on yet. So you guys are getting the behind the scenes preparation for our podcast, episode 9. Hold on. 9. 9. 9. We just asked angels, guides, and loved ones to help us and assist us on what we're going to talk about. So I pulled a card, and it flew out of the deck, and it's
like
called...
flew.
Like that. Oops.
Go get it.
Oh, there it is! See? You can't make this shit up. There goes our light. You can't even. Okay, can we have our light back on, please? Oh, this is too much.
There it is.
Okay. Oh! This is... Let's get down to business. Oh, here we go. Right?
No, not that one.
This is better?
I think so.
It's not too bright.
No.
Okay. And I've also been, like, very much clearing my throat. Anyways, so we got new life. Divine Mother. You're probably going to already have to read this because, you know, how my eyes
Where's
are
your
amazing.
glasses?
I have them. Sometimes it doesn't even matter, though.
I have them.
I have them. They're right here.
I have them. Okay, let me read.
Here we go. Divine Mother. New life. Tiffany and I might be a little bit extra silly, but we're not telling you why yet. We may never, actually. Or we may share it with you later. Just wait. Stay tuned. Okay. It's card 48, and it is New Life. Here we go. Page 66. Nikki is going to be like...
66?
Yeah, she's just going to be like 6. Hers is 666.
6 plus 6 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3.
And 4 plus 8 is 12. 2 plus 1 is
3.
Holy shit. Numbers today have been next level.
You can't make this shit up.
You can't make this shit up. I was at my friend Amanda's today, and all it was like 4 3s, and she's seeing, I'm looking at her phone, it said like 333. I'm like, holy crap, this is just, you can't make this, it's just crazy. Okay, so page 66. Here we go. Okay, guys, this is what we're talking about. Tiffany's got the floor. Break it down, girl. Do you want my glasses? Oh. I feel like excited.
I'm taking off my lipstick. I don't want to do that.
Oh, we should.
We'll do it after.
Okay.
So whether you're a man or a woman, your feminine, earthy side is in full bloom. The wishes, dreams, and desires you've carried in your heart are now gestating
in the womb.
Are now gestating in the divine womb and are coming to fruition.
Whoop, whoop.
If you're a woman, this signals a time of conception, pregnancy, and birth. If you're a man, this is a time for your creativity to take form in the real world. If you're married or partnered, this may be a signal that children are on the way.
Whoa.
I'm done having kids.
Well, then it must mean that the Divine Mother energy is gestating for your creativity and your prosperity and your work life. Robin's 101, bitch!
I haven't read the whole thing yet.
I know. I just was telling you the download that was happening from me to you.
Okay.
This is what it means for you.
Because I like that.
Yes.
Okay, so whatever you seek to create is happening. The song in your heart will find its voice. The poetry will be expressed. Even your professional goals will find a home in which to grow. The Divine Mother, the fertile aspect of the divine feminine is gracing your life right now. And with her influence, your artistic and creative expression comes alive. If you've been falling sterile, stagnant, or too controlled, she's here to loosen things up and get your creative juices flowing. Surrender your mind and allow your soul to come alive in her embrace.
100%.
She is with you, and her influence is powerful. Her message is new life is on its way.
Whoop, whoop. New life, guys. That was perfect. Love.
So, it's love? Or, I mean, is this what we're talking about?
We're basically talking about new life. And it's not even that we're talking about new life, we're just sharing the message of today's energy. Okay, second of all, what we need to do is put on our microphones and start our podcast, as well as the YouTube.
Well, didn't we talk about what we were going to do before that?
Yes! We were going to talk about...
We were going to... No, we were going to talk about a few, like, for our females, or
and males.
our feminine, okay, our feminines out there, because we wanted, okay, what happened was I came here, and we're at Kristen's, this is our home base, thank you, and, you know, she's got her lipstick on the counter, and I'm like, I open it, I'm like, I love this color, and I only have a little bit on because she only has a little bit
but
left.
Go ahead and add a little bit more if you need.
Can I add a little bit more?
She's using her finger because I don't want to have her.
And I don't want yours
germs
either.
on mine.
You know that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm just
yes, I'm sure.
Okay. We're just being COVID safe. That's why we're so far away from it. Okay.
Okay, bitches. Now the color is from MAC, and it is called Frost, and it is absolutely beautiful. I don't know, can you, oh yeah, you can kind of see it. It's like a dusty rose. I love it on my skin tone, and my skin tone is totally different than Kristen's.
Clearly.
But it looks so...
Frost. I thought you were talking about Frosty Snowman.
But look at how different it looks on me, and it looks amazing on both of us.
Both. Go closer. Let's see.
Now we're not being COVID.
No.
COVID.
Babe, we're still... Anyways, we're not even going there. Okay. The cool thing is, I also use this amazing liner, and I was actually going to show it too. I will grab it after, at the end, because the lip liner is quite a nice color, so
it's
I will
beautiful.
share it. Yeah, and it's by, I always forget.
I'm going to go get it.
Oh my god. Tiffany, what's the name of the powder that I use as well? Because that's where it will tell you what name brand it is. I always forget, and it's all natural. So
Jane Ardell.
Yes, Jane Ardell. So it's Jane Ardell lip liner also. So I try to do natural as much as I can. There's only a couple of products that I haven't gone natural fully with. That's like the little bit of the MAC lipstick that I use, and then the eyebrow pencil, and then everything else is, mascara I have not been able to find. I'm like obsessed with Luminous L'Oreal. Oh. And it's got to be the curve brush. Mm-hmm. Love it. And what is that one
This
called?
one is from Jane Ardell. Like, I'm going to just be pro, like all
I
the
love
makeup girls.
Look
at, oh, wrong side. There we go. Look at the color. Can you see the color? Anyways, this is beautiful, and it goes with the color of the lipstick. It looks amazing on you.
And
like, I love it.
Spice, sugar and spice, and everything nice.
Woo, woo.
We didn't even start this yet either.
That's okay.
Okay.
So basically, the point of doing this is because we have another talent, another gift we've been gifted, and that is in the beauty industry. So Kristen and I have been in the beauty industry forever. Like
when did you start? You went to
2000
esthetician school.
I graduated in 2004.
I actually remember going on like a SkyTrain or something with you to go downtown when you worked at the Fairmont.
Oh, really? You came to the film?
It was something to do with that, yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Wow. This
So-
is years ago. And actually, Tiffany and I worked at a salon together. I just got out of hair school. And then I worked at a salon called Brits. And then Tiffany jumped on there.
Yeah. Because you
Shortly
guys were
after.
you were looking for an esthetician and there was a room in the back. That's what I did.
Yeah.
But anyway, so hair and makeup has been
Yes.
our life forever. And we're going to kind of just add this into our repertoire.
Ooh.
Repertoire?
Are we English? Yeah. Okay.
Today we are. So we also not only giving you a little bit of makeup tips for what we're doing today, and we will be doing this in the future, but I want to talk about our hair for a second, because don't this look amazing? Bitch, please.
So
Now your tactic is way different than mine.
yes, share yours.
Okay, so this underneath is like my natural curl, and it can get a little bit nesty. So, but what I wanted to do was I wanted less time spent on my hair when it looks like I put a lot of time into it, but I didn't. So what I did is I use a curler, like a hair
enhancer
cream. No, it's a spray.
Oh, spray. Okay.
Le Biostatique. It's their curling spray. It's like literally one of my favorites. Le Bio's kind of like an in-salon product. So, I don't know. It was at a salon that I worked at, so I've been using it ever since. And then what I did is I used Heat infusion
To protect your hair.
Oh God, the smell of that stuff. I actually will put it on my body.
Wow.
Because it comes in a big nice bottle and it lasts a really long time. So anyways, put that in my hair, and I actually blow dried the crown of my hair. So I'd bring all this forward, blow dried it, and then I would throw the curler in it just a little bit, and boom, shakalaka.
Super cute.
Sebastian hair setting spray also.
Beautiful.
What do you think?
Love. Very cute.
Okay, how'd you do yours?
So my plan today was to wash my hair, and that didn't happen. So I decided to just throw a little bit of dry shampoo in the root, which I normally would never do either. Did it, and I used this amazing curling iron wand, and the name is not coming. You have to get it again. Oh, Layla Milani, got it. She's back. Thank you. Okay, Layla Milani has hair down to her butt. She's beautiful, long, dark, luscious hair. And I have extremely thick hair, and it's very hard to hold a curl, la la la. So I bought her curling iron a long time ago. It comes with 3 different pieces, different sizes. I use the smallest size. And I just literally take each piece, and then when I'm working on the left side of my head, it all goes backwards to the left, and then on the right side, I just swirl it to go to the right side.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that.
Okay.
That's how I do it too.
So it always, whichever side you're working on, it's going to go the same direction. Out and back. You want it away, like fly. Fly away like a butterfly. Dee, 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 dee. Anybody noticed? If you watched the last episode, I got the special necklace. It was very meaningful. And thanks also to Nikki for pushing me and giving me that extra push. And I'm talking about Reiki Nikki. I have 2 Nikki friends, so I'm going to have to say one's blonde and then one's my Reiki. So that's how
one's blonde, one's not blonde.
Yeah, one's blonde,
because Reiki Nikki is not blonde.
No, not at all.
Her
so
hair's quite dark, actually.
Reiki Nikki gave me that extra push of like, hey, this is a special sign. You need to just go and get it. And I did. And I'm so happy that I did. Anyways, super fun. This will last me for a few days. And I thought I'd throw a little pin in. And Bob's your uncle.
Wham bam. Thank
and
you.
we're here. And
I do have an Uncle Bob, by the way.
Oh, Uncle Bob. Bob's going to come on the show.
One of these days. He'll come up. Maybe.
Okay. Can you please, I think we should plug in our episode now. Our podcast.
It's happening right now.
So yeah, you guys get to witness this. What happens is we just load up an app and we basically just grab our mics.
So we do have clips for these little suckers, but
we like to hold them. I like to hold them because it's my amazing microphone.
It's ASMR. Please hold. Boom shakalaka.
I hope everyone had an amazing day today also. Did we start? We started. Welcome to Raw Babes 101. We are here today with Tiffany and Kristen, and you guys are going to all have to head over to our YouTube channel because we've been talking for 15 minutes and 43. It said 15:43. You can't make this shit up, girl. So yeah, you guys have to head over to YouTube to see 15 minutes worth of beauty tips, hair tips, Tiffany, right? Okay. Oh my God. So when we were talking today, I said to Tiffany, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, we're going to call it a Tiffany. So when we have a tip, it's a Tiffany, just like an epiphany is a Tiffany.
I feel so special.
If only my mom would have called me Tiffany. Fuck. Oh, we're having a fun time so far. I hope you all are enjoying our entertainment.
Yeah.
So we did pull a card for those of you listening now, and it was new life. So anybody listening, I think that will resonate with you because maybe it's something that you're putting off, or maybe it's something that you need to look at and keep going in a positive direction for your new life.
Okay.
Let the old go.
Guys,
what do you say?
This is kind of next level in this sense. Obviously, we're spiritual bitches here, and I have been, well, especially lately, I've been putting a lot of time and practice in my spiritual practice. Thanks to Kristen, she's really prompted me for this, and to be honest, this was the missing piece in my life's journey.
Aww.
So when we talk about new life and everything that's being read right now, anything that we are sharing, it's not just coming from us. This is coming from not just the universe, but the universe is talking to a lot of humans. And the humans are saying, it's time to shed the old skin and go into the new.
Yes. Wake up.
Yeah, guys, so what Kristen is saying has got lots of truth.
Sorry. So clearly it has a lot of truth. Sorry, guys. This is my issue with perfectionism, is it's bothering me that Tiffany is sitting here and I can't see her there. Okay, that's better.
I could move closer.
Yes, but you know what? I tend to do things the harder way. Sometimes I like to take the Band-Aid off a little bit extra slow. And I don't know why I do that to myself. Just rip the fucking thing off, but I don't. I take the hardest.
Okay, so this goes with the conversation. Guys, it's either you either clear your crown or you're a third eye, whatever it is, get some clarity on what it is you need to do to move forward into this new life. 2021 now, guys, this has been a huge shift in the world. I felt even like when it went 12 o'clock or 12:01 or whatever, I did feel like this, I felt like I was in an elevator. You know, when you like get out of an elevator or a boat, I kind of like got that feeling.
Totally.
But so I wanted to quickly share my story. I kind of just touched on it a little bit already, but basically, don't be sorry. All in divine time.
We had to share the Band-Aid.
Yeah, because the Band-Aid is, how's it working for ya? Guys, playing the same repertoire. Playing the same song and dance over and over again. How's it working for you? The Band-Aid does not have to be that painful. Old thoughts, old beliefs, they're just thoughts. We make them up in our head and we can change them whenever we want. We actually have that power. So this is a huge one. I keep doing it that way. Huge.
Huge. Hashtag huge. Huge.
So my Band-Aid, I want to talk about my Band-Aid for a second. My Band-Aid for a long time was my insecurity of being judged. Can anybody relate to that? I think so. Yes. So that literally stood in the way of so many things. And until I did the work, and it's so easy. You could read the memes until you're fucking blue in the face. But until you do the work, you're not going to, that's the slow ripping the Band-Aid. It's like, oh, there's the hair. No, let's put it back. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, there's the back. Oh, don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. But you guys, it's not that painful because we actually are designed to feel those feelings. And just because it doesn't feel good, it kind of gives you that yuck feeling, that discomfort that actually is meant for you to actually move into it. You got to move into that discomfort and discover. Because once you discover, you learn things about yourself you've never learned before. I knew I had talent and, all these great, amazing things, but I didn't believe them. I did not believe I was good enough. I did not believe I was talented enough. I always see myself as this, kind of skimming the bottom of the ocean type of,
Can't even. I'm rolling my eyes.
I know. What the I know. And my husband always was just he'd shake me, fucking wake up. Are you crazy? You have no idea what kind of influence you have in the world. And I'm like, he's lying. He's lying. He's just saying that because he wants to have sex tonight. I swear to God.
Oh my, Dave. I always have to pull the Dave.
So, now, knowing that I was insecure, I knew I was insecure because I would judge myself before other people would judge me. So that would be me judging others. Okay, so I was judgy at one point, but it was really just me judging myself. So once I worked through that part of it, this whole journey up until, the last couple of years when I was podcasting before, I still sat with insecurity. I didn't know what the fuck, I didn't know what was driving me to do these things. Because I'm like, this is so uncomfortable. I do not know how to make it more comfortable. So everything that I was learning, it just meant that I had to stay in that discomfort until I figured it out. And so I don't know what was drawing me to do these things, but I just kind of listened and I was just like, fucking, okay, I can't get this out of my mind. I need to put some action to it. So that was one thing. I literally sat with the idea of doing a podcast for 2 years. And that might not be a long time for some people, but it was an affinity for me. And I was literally felt like I was going to explode. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I go to bed thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. I dream about it. It was just constantly in my face. And so that's what it was like. And the insecurity that I sat with that was that it's too hard. I don't know how.
Every roadblock, you would put
everything.
So many things in front of it.
Guys, I didn't know how to start.
Do it.
I didn't know how to start. I didn't even know what the hell I was going to talk about. But I knew I had something to share, and I really wanted to share it. So now moving forward, here we are. And I know sometimes these things can be so daunting because you've been sitting in them for so long. But to be honest, it's a lesson for you to learn to actually learn how to detach from these feelings that you've put emotions to. It is, again, we'll go back to you have the full control of your thoughts and the feelings towards those thoughts. So if you're feeling uncertain about the thoughts or uneasy about them, maybe change your thought pattern. Maybe have a new perspective. Do you want to? I kind of went on a tangent there. Sorry.
No, it's good. This is all part of how this works. So I want to touch base on the thought after, but something that came up for me was I was driving my truck today and I was thinking about the anticipation of Tiffany coming over and the anticipation of episode 9 and us recording this. And I had some feelings in my stomach, and I was like, oh my gosh, this feeling in the past used to hinder me and stop me in my tracks because I thought it was fear, and it was just pure bliss and excitement. I was like,
oh,
I'm so excited
that's
to have
adorable.
these butterfly feelings, to get creative tonight and to talk and to share with all of you and to share with Tiffany this time, because it's so special to me. And leaning forward, and instead of going, oh my gosh, that's a butterfly feeling, that's fear, something may go wrong, what could go wrong, self-doubt, and letting all that shit creep in, I'm like, yes, I get to go home and put on a little makeup and do my hair with Tiffany for you guys, for ourselves, to be here in this present moment to share all of the exciting things that we want to share with you all. And I wanted to say, when you get that feeling and that butterfly feeling, whatever you're about to do, whether it's about going on a date or walking out that front door and joining a new class or getting into that new fitness routine or calling up Tiffany to say, hey, I want to start a new program and start working out with you, or giving me a call and saying I'm taking that step to heal myself and become my highest self. Lean towards that. Those are feelings of saying, yes, you're on the right path.
Do it.
They are 100% feelings to encourage you, not to hinder you and not to stop you. So keep going and move forward and feel those feelings and get fucking uncomfortable. And I know for me, when I would go to my counseling session and I was afraid and I had those butterfly feelings, being like, oh, I don't want to talk about this. I don't even want to go there. Just trust in the process. Your darkest, deepest thoughts, every single one of us has thought. The most fucked up thought that you've ever thought, you are not alone. I promise you. Whether you've had a fucked up dream, whether you've thought about something that is so embarrassing that you couldn't actually tell a person, we have all thought those thoughts. I don't give a fuck who you are. You've thought fucked up things. You are not alone.
Yes.
So what I do now is I lean towards it and I write it down. I'm like, I'm talking to Lisa about this because there's something that happened to me in my childhood or a thought that came into my mind. Can I also share, most of your thoughts, and I said this before, don't even come from you. Could have come from a TV program, could have come from Tiffany, could have come from your mom or your dad, and you're replaying them now as you've owned them like they're your own. Let them pass by just like a car in the night. Let them pass by like the clouds. The moment you grab onto that fucking cloud and you throw it into your heart and you go, I'm attaching anxiety to that thought. I'm attaching sadness to that thought. Do not own it. Step back from that washing machine. Don't jump in, like Lisa would say. Woo! Oh my gosh.
I feel like you're on a roller coaster, where you're just about to let go.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm like, woo! Like, I feel like we're in the Power of Now with, what's his name? Tony Robbins. He's like, he gets it, all that motivation. And I'm feeling like that right now. I'm just like, I've got so much love and passion and devotion and, energy to give everybody. And so does Tiffany. It's just like, woo! You guys, if you were sitting in this room, you'd be like, oh my gosh, there's some energy going on.
Well, if this is resonating with us, it's going to resonate with you guys.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, second thing, quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly. Doesn't happen with us. We've had some amazing feedback from people that actually we don't even know. And I am so grateful to all of you, and so is Tiffany. And I come back and I say to Tiffany, I give her a call. I'm like, girl, like, fuck. Somebody just said this. And her and I are looking at each other. We're just like in shock, but not shock, but in shock of like, oh my gosh, this is happening. This is really happening. This is happening for us.
It's so nice to hear the feedback obviously we're literally leading with our hearts
That
and
is
what our
it.
intuition is. So if you're loving that feels good. So that that actually gives me the feeling that we're on the right track. If you want to call
100%.
that a sign, if you want, I don't know. Are we all okay?
No, just because making sure we were Fuck. This is so powerful. This topic, and it's not even a topic. This is just raw conversation.
Yeah.
Our real daily life. Tiffany and I talk often, and when we pick up the phone and call one another, sometimes I'm like, fuck, we should be recording this too.
I know. That's why
we should start recording our fucking dreams. Like,
that's why the podcasting is just so powerful, because there's so many amazing conversations that can happen when you have a connection with somebody, or we call it a download, or something that's just calling to
aligning.
us. Mm-hmm.
We were you gonna say something? We have some pretty cool stuff. I just saw 1543 out there too, of course. So we have set ourselves up for the next month. We've basically just booked ourselves into deep dives for self-help classes and programs for us to be able to share with all of you. So not only are we going to talk about our experiences after we've done these classes and courses, but we're also going to share them and recommend any of these to you guys, because that's what we're planning on doing. It's just obviously sharing our own experiences, but then also leading you guys in the right direction of, hey, give this a try. Try this hat on.
Well, and this goes to show because there's so many tools in a toolbox that, you know, you don't have to do them all at once. Obviously, we're gonna assume we're gonna live for a while. I mean, live like you're dying tomorrow. How about that?
Perfect.
Okay, just live it like that, because then if you have a bucket list or something, and you like what we're saying, maybe you'll give it a try. Maybe that'll put you in the right direction, just to kind of raise the bar for yourself a little bit. Because the work that I've been doing has definitely done that, and there ain't no turning back. Let's just say that. So it's just been a nice transition, change, and basically your thoughts is what you're going to be. Whatever feelings you're attaching to those, that's what you're going to exude. So whether you're high vibrational, low vibrational, you're going to attract those things into your life. And until if you want to be high vibrational and you want these wins in your life, you might just need to change a few things. But fuck, I wish we had something like this growing up. Like, God, you guys are so lucky. I wish I had like the answers. I remember like being very lonely when the kids were young, and I really wasn't super savvy on the internet yet. And I mean, my son's 15 now. God, it's crazy how far technology has come.
Huge.
But this information was not, you couldn't really find it. Like, it came with a fucking price.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's just like, here's the tools, here's the rules to life.
Yes. It's like all self-help at
so
your
much
fingertips.
easier.
At your fingertips is
100%. And this is going to be for like our generations and older, because I find the kids in these generations, like especially my kids, and Cash's too, so Kristen's son, they're going to already be vibing high. Yes. So this is going to be very interesting, because they're already intuitive. They're already listening to their intuition. Yeah. And they're understanding what to do with the thoughts that they're having, whether there's thoughts that serve them or thoughts that lead them in the right direction. And that also can have a lot to do with who you're surrounding yourself with. Because if they ain't lifting you up, they're bringing you down.
Totally.
Wait, if they ain't lifting you up, they're bringing you down.
You're going down, down, baby. Down,
Sweet, sweet baby.
So.
That's it? Okay. That's okay.
That was about it. Because I was like, are we singing the same thing?
Well, this song I actually did in grade 3 and 4.
By Nelly?
Well, it's actually not by Nelly.
No, mine was by Nelly.
Oh.
It was the hip hop that was coming out.
Okay.
Well, which one were you
mine
doing?
was actually like the kid's song, and we had to do it.
Like with watermelons.
Yeah.
Oh, or what is it?
I don't know. I have to start all over again.
Okay. I was going to say something. Baby, never gonna let you go. Just because I kissed you doesn't mean I
Sugar,
shimmy, cocoa pop.
Fuck out of here. Jesus.
It's all good. What were we saying?
We were talking about change.
Change is all you need. And it's not the money in my pocket. Just kidding. Okay. I know what I was going to say. So the feedback that we've been getting from friends, family, and also new viewers and listeners, we love it. The people that are reposting things we love. And what I'm noticing is friends, family, and listeners and viewers are actually starting to get their own signs and symbols. And it's like just happening for people. And another friend of mine, Selena, she is now starting her journaling. And I'm so pumped about that because obviously Tiffany and I talk about that. And one of the things that she was saying is, it was like, she's like, well, where do I start? And I'm like, right there. You just start right there. You can even start, just put the damn pen to the paper and start. It could be like, I don't even know what I'm doing right now, and blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, it just flows and it just starts going. So we encourage everyone to keep adding these tools to the toolbox, reach for something new. Don't stay stuck in the same old pattern. If you're not feeling very good, or if you're miserable or you're unhappy, make a change. Maybe it's a juicer. Maybe it's personal training. Maybe it's a counselor. Maybe it's just a change in your routine. Set an alarm clock. Maybe it's going for a walk. Just do something. I challenge all of you guys.
Ooh, challenge.
Okay. Every morning for this week, I want you to do it from like Wednesday to Wednesday. Write down three things that you're grateful for. That's it. 3 things that you're grateful for. Every morning when you wake up, you don't even have to write them down. You can open up your eyes and say, I am grateful for this podcast. I'm grateful for Tiffany, and I'm grateful for all of you. And every morning you're going to affirm that, and you're going to keep saying it. And you're starting your day off on a positive note. And that's half the battle, is starting positive instead of negative. And when something negative does happen, shift your freaking consciousness, shift your perception. Reach for something else. Reach for this podcast or this video. If you're like stuck in a rut and you're like, fuck this day sucks, everything seems to be going wrong, switch it. Get the book, throw in a song, jump around, scream, just do something. You just need to shake your freaking self out of yourself.
And don't be afraid of it either. Stop. We have this like thing of like attaching fear to things, and I've done it for years, and usually it stems a bit deep, but I think once you gain a little bit of clarity and take out some of that trash, it just kind of opens things up for new possibilities. And when you, trust me, if this is like a new thing for you, try it, do something small, like a small old belief that you've had, and watch how the world around you changes or seems to change. Okay, it's just going to show up for you a little bit differently, but it just one day at a time, guys.
Yeah. And there's no perfect way. You're perfectly imperfect, and just one step at a time. Don't put so much pressure on you. Like we talk about a lot of things, and it may sound like, oh my gosh, this is so much, but we're not expecting anything. We're just expecting you guys to just put one foot in front of the other and then reach for something, whether it be a better thinking thought or like that journal. Just start with something small, and then it just will start to flow. It will start to happen for you. I love that. We were both like, I was going to say something too, and it just went somewhere.
Can I say something?
Please.
Because, it's funny because whatever, I'm just going to say it. Expectations. When you said expecting you to whatever
like
it is.
We're expecting our audience or viewers or listeners.
So expectations is an old belief. We all do it. It's a human thing.
Oh, what I posted on my freaking story today about expectations.
I didn't hear.
Holy
Shut the front door.
Yeah, we should actually play it. Holy fuck. Okay, say it.
Okay, so expectations. It comes down to you expecting a certain, for somebody to behave a certain way or do something. Just so you know, when you set expectations on things and it doesn't go your way, it fucking hurts and it sucks and it doesn't feel good, and now you're mad.
You set yourself up for disappointment.
And then you go, you made me mad.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad we're going here.
Okay, so expecting anybody to do anything, how about just do it because it feels good and it feels like it's within purpose and it feels right and your intuition saying good. But as soon as you attach some sort of expectation or some sort of outcome, guess who's going to be grumpy pants?
Yes. This
Grumpy.
is perfect.
This is me grumpy.
Yeah. It's okay, Tiffany. 100%. We do this often. We can even put expectations on our kids or our parents or a spouse or a friend that you can do something for them, and then secretly, without even you knowing it, you've actually put that expectation onto them. You've attached that, and now if they don't act that way, they've just messed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like if you don't have any expectation and you just live in a pure state of not expecting a thing from another, you're not setting yourself up for disappointment, and you're not going to get hurt because you're just being vulnerable to being yourself out there.
Now, I bet you some of you are saying, but shouldn't you have expectations in line of business? When someone's not doing their job, shouldn't they be expected to do their job, or the business to run a certain way? To because any type of product, anything that we do is always about serving and like how to make things easy for us. Right. So that's like with any product or service and anything commercial, anything. So even this is to help your life be easier. Yeah. This information. But when it comes to possible human error, you got to know that that's another human on the other side, and they may have fucked up, but you got to be okay with it. And I actually never get in an altercation with anybody in the form of business because the way I approach it, even though that service wasn't that great or somebody posed a bit of rudeness or something wasn't offered when it said it was, or you're returning something, if you come with a loving, kind place, it can actually change things around. Now, given that, I had to return an item at a store, and I drove about 45 minutes in the snow to do it because it was my birthday and I needed to return my shirt. And the woman was like, no, we can't do that. We don't do returns. And I'm like, I expect to do this return. And she was like, no. And I said, these are the facts. I drove 45 minutes. I'm a mom of a baby. I drove in the snow. It is my goddamn birthday. You're going to do this return for me. I'm sorry. You're going to do it.
You're like, I'm sorry in advance. Here's my postcard.
And I wasn't bitchy at all. I was literally coming from human to human, and she did it.
Oh. Because she threatened her.
I didn't threaten her.
Oh my God. It's like,
but
it's
I
my
did,
birthday.
I did stand
this far. I almost died. And if you don't do this for me, you may not be living after this conversation.
You die. No.
Wow, that was really
That's
nice of her, and thank you to that lady for returning the shirt, or else we would have heard a very different story.
Well, you know what, though? I believed in it. I stood in my power.
Yes.
I had never done that before that
Love
moment.
that.
And I was just like, this is my truth.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't fuck with somebody when they're in their truth.
Truth. And I 100% agree. When you're direct and honest, yes, be direct and honest. When you're lying and making up some bullshit, I'm not going to stand behind you. But if you're standing in your power and your truth, yes, I stand behind that.
Right?
Hallelujah.
Whoop, whoop.
Something that I need to say.
Say it.
And I'm going to say it.
Do it.
So, this is kind of more towards relationships, and this has come up for me in my life. Yeah, this has come up for me in my life. And I found since my life has changed drastically, and I am, standing in my power and speaking my truth, doing the work. This is half the battle, is doing the actual work. Like, if Tiffany and I were sitting here and we weren't going to counseling and we weren't doing our meditations and actually deep diving, I wouldn't really have much of a place to stand, because I would be speaking about things that weren't truthful, or like that I wasn't actually, it's like practice what you preach. That's
100%.
Yes. And Tiffany and I believe in that, like,
yes,
100%. So, I practice with tarot. She practices with tarot, with counseling. We really are actually doing this weekly all the time. So anyway, one thing that I noticed that has come to me in this last little while is I've noticed that because I've made changes in my life where I'm like reaching my highest self and making all these positive moves, I've noticed a lot of people that I'm drawing into my life are just naturally wanting to empower themselves. And I've noticed a lot of males have actually been threatened by, not me, but by their partner, like becoming their highest self. And even I have like friends that have broken up, and I have friends that have said, oh, like, maybe you shouldn't do this, or maybe you shouldn't do that. And it's usually in fear of their partner continuing to like rise up. And a lot of the times blame is placed on another person. So people can place blame by saying like, oh, if you hang out with that person, you're going to be like that person. Or if the relationship were to end, it's because of that person. And what I wanted to share is make sure for everybody to be mindful of that, to never place blame on another. Whatever that person chooses in this lifetime is that person's choice. It's not because of who they hang out with, or it's not because of a podcast they're listening to. If any of your guys' wives or husbands out there, if one person's doing the work and are rising up, and that other person is going like, oh, you're changing, what's wrong with you? And they're like not liking this change, notice that also. Because this is the thing. You have one life to fucking live, okay? One life right here, right now, I'm meaning. I believe there's multiple lives that we all live, but this is here right now. My absolute purpose, drive, and fire is to reach every single one of you and as many people as I can to understand your purpose and not settling and reaching your full potential and your highest self. And that is, I am so driven by that. So if I tell you to journal or do something for you and do self-care first and put others second, I will never be sorry for that. I want that for your husband, I want that for your wife, and I want that for your grandmother. I want it for all involved. Everybody. It is, you are never too old to heal. You are never too young to heal. I just am 100% a voice of reason to reach your higher self. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And yeah, I had to say that.
Yeah. No, that's a big point, because when you do this work, it can yeah, like you said,
it can cause divides.
It can, but the thing is, even like Joe Rogan has talked about this. Kyle Kingsbury, Kingsbury. Shit, sorry,
it's
Kyle.
okay. He's incredible.
He is awesome.
Yeah.
But it can be a bit of one of those foo-foo things that when you are doing this work, to stay humble.
100%.
Because you aren't better than anybody else.
No.
Just saying.
100%.
And if you think that we think we're better than you, then you're just projecting what you think about yourself.
Exactly.
So, there.
No, and I'm glad that you said that, Tiffany, because my belief is every single person is equal. There is no above and there is no below. We're all just on a journey. And it's just choices that people make. They're just different choices.
And that's fine. And that's when you know whether you vibe or you don't vibe with somebody.
100%.
Align, whatever.
And back to that topic, if you are in a situation where you're in a relationship and things are dividing or things are changing, one person's on one spectrum, one person's on the other spectrum, I 100% believe it's up to each other to look within and to say, hey, let's rise together. Let's do this work together. I love you. I want to be with you. Or I don't want to do the work and I do not want to do this. And then the other person does, then that's fine too. Just make sure that it's communicated. And I know for myself, I was like 100% deep diving into the work, and that's all that I want to do. Like, I feel super empowered to be in this life, to be working on myself and to continue work on myself, and that's just my choice. And not everybody's going to want to do that, and that's okay too.
Well, to become a master at something good, you got to do it all the time.
Yes, and I am not a master. I am literally just living one day at a time and healing one day at a time. And I have highs and lows like we all do.
Sure do.
Whew. This thing's going a little bit sideways. Don't cough out on us now.
Yeah.
There we go.
So this episode, this topic here.
You're super glowy, FYI. And your skin, yeah, like Tiffany has a beautiful color face.
It's because I'm native.
Skin.
I'm native.
Very lucky.
Yeah, I go really, I don't know. Sometimes I can look tanned and I'm not. In the
Well,
sun.
I just want to share one thing with you. When you're beside me, I always look tan. But I do tan, actually. Like, summertime, I'll be nice and browny, toasty. But I think that's why Cassius is super light for being half, because I'm super, super white.
But tell the audience, for those who don't know, half what?
Oh, Cassius is half East Indian and then half, well, I'm 50% Danish and then quite a mix. But, yeah, he's really light, and obviously Miss Snow Woman over here.
Snow Woman.
Just that's why I was attracted to Frost. Frosty.
And for those who don't know what Frost is, that would be in the beginning of our YouTube video.
Oh yeah.
Channel.
There's a little Tiffany. Yeah. Go to the YouTube channel to find out
for the
from where.
For the Tiffany.
Yeah, they know Frost, but they don't know from where. So go to the YouTube channel to find that out.
Woo-hoo.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Shoot.
I'm rolling this out.
Okay.
Okay, guys. I want you all to think about this as well. If you could do something dangerous just once with no risk, what would you do?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, fuck yeah. I would honestly, I would love to dive off a cliff with either spelunking.
What the fuck is a spelunking?
What?
Spelunking? I
you
thought
don't
that
watch,
was a sexual pun. Spelunking is a new form of
For you. No. Oh, well, you could go.
I wouldn't know.
You could go spelunking.
How do I spelunk? It's only been like 2 years. I wouldn't even know.
Spelunking is like, it's like cave diving.
Oh.
And then you go into the cave with your ropes, and it's like usually like a deep fall, and then there's usually tunnels and other places that you can go. So
you knew you were going to come back out just fine. You would go ahead and do that.
100%, but that's not what I was gonna say. I actually would rather, like, you know, with the wing things that you see people.
Oh, like
like a paraglide? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, that gives me like
the heebie-jeebies right now.
Just thinking about it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, I do that.
Okay. So for moi, I would only. Oops. I would only do this if I knew I was guaranteed, and that would be skydiving.
Yeah.
Like jumping out of a plane.
Mm-hmm. I do it if I had wings, and then I could glide.
I just actually, you know what I saw? I look over at Tiffany and I'm like, oh my god, I could actually see her with like fairy wings going outside and just hovering.
But you see people with their suits on, and then they look like flying squirrels.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so that would be ours. And I know there's probably so many people that are like, oh, that's easy. I would easily jump out of a plane. I know I have got friends that 100% do that. I couldn't do it. Okay, next question. Would you stop eating all junk food to live 5 years longer?
Fuck yeah.
We're already doing it.
I totally would.
Yeah,
and
not even a chance.
If you feel like you can't, you're out of line with your food, okay? Because we have taste buds that taste all sorts of things for a reason, and all those things grow in the earth. And it's actually like sugar and all that is just it just gives you that hit of dopamine. Along with like eating does too, but sugar is also like I could see my kids' pupils dilate as soon as they fucking eat it, and it literally tricks your body, and your body's like, I need more, because there's just your body instantly takes whatever you put in your body, takes as much nutrients as it can utilize. So when it notices it can't utilize the sugar, it's now asking for more sugar.
Yeah.
Right?
That used to be me.
Yeah.
Nutella and white bread.
But don't be afraid of change, and if you're a sugar lover, your palate's probably a little bit off. Yeah. So eating vegetables and all that stuff might be a little bit bland, and you're probably saucy. You a saucy person? It's saucy. You like a
100%. And even switching, even if you slowly start eliminating the sugars, and then you incorporate like a smoothie, that will help. Smoothies are wonderful to 100%. Still give you that sugar kind of craving or like fix. And there's a lot of other things that you can do.
But to avoid that, just eat your fruit in the mornings. Fruit is so good for you guys. Do not
skip on your fruit.
Seriously.
Eat your fruit. Yeah. Okay,
go.
Which book? I kind of know the answer to this, but I'm not going to say anything to you. Which book dramatically influenced your life?
Okay, I'm going to say...
You can say 3 if you want, or 2, or 1.
Well, The Slate Edge is fucking insane.
Never heard of it. Cool.
Ooh! You gotta write that down. If you guys have read it, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And if you haven't read it, you need to read it. Especially if you like philosophy and everything that we're doing, you will like that book. One that I just finished was Spirit Junkie from Gabrielle Bernstein. Fuck. It's so good because she's a world-renowned author. Oprah's even called her like one of her favorite authors too. She's written multiple books. And this one, I believe, is her latest one. I think,
yes. I think, I'm pretty sure you're on point.
Yeah. So this one, like, she talks everything spiritual journey and philosophy in that sense. But this one, like, all of her books should be considered part of the Bible in my eyes because they have so many tools in them. But this one particularly was about the way she changed in her spiritual journey. So it was a very personal bio, the way I see it. And it was very profound, and I resonated so much with that book.
That she called me and told me about 4 or 5 times each time I saw her, and was like, I'm sending it to you. You need to take it. This is amazing, Kristen. I can't. I'm just like losing my mind. And I'm like,
losing it.
Okay.
I even sent it to my sisters, and one of which isn't talking to me right now. So I kind of was like, okay, this is from my heart. Please, like, consider reading this, because if you are one of those people and you're like, just like cut people out of your life because like they didn't meet your expectations, maybe consider reading it. It's
good idea.
It's a very good read.
It's a Tiffany.
It's a book Tiffany.
Huh.
Hashtag.
Okay. Do you have one more, or is it my turn?
Oh, well, you know, you're reading one of them. So, 5-second rule. That was a huge takeaway. Also, if you are a procrastinator. Oh, and the atomic change also. Is that what it's called?
Just don't even fuck up the
Don't.
podcast. Oh.
Promise.
Okay.
Oh,
so I'm going to move on to mine.
Go.
So, mine is... Are you ready for this, everybody? The suspense. Louise L. Hay. You Can Heal Your Life.
Ooh, God, of course.
That is my one and only everything. She has basically at the back of the book, if you have a back pain, she's going to tell you why you have lower back pain. And it's usually something to do with stress over money. And then she gives you the affirmation to how to heal that. Within her book, she has exercises for forgiveness, exercises for prosperity, exercises for childhood, understanding that she believes, I believe, lots of other people in this world believe, we came here to learn lessons, we picked our parents, we chose the main things that we were going to go through. And anyway, she talks a lot about a lot of different things, but gives you a lot of tools to heal your life. And it's very simple.
It should be in everybody's bookshelf, to be honest. It is one of those iconic rights.
Yes, this was my very first book ever of self-help.
Yes, me too, bitch. Fuck.
Of course. Oh my God, Louise L. Hay.
And my mother gave it to me.
Aw, that's special.
Yeah, so I still have that same book. It's pretty tattered. You have a newer version. It comes with
it's still
different,
old, but still new.
Yeah, the cover looks different almost all the
does.
time.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a must-have.
Yeah, and she has passed now, but she passed at a very old age. And she, her biggest message was, it doesn't matter how young or old you are, to start dancing, to start painting, to start being creative. Do not ever give up on yourself. The biggest thing, like I've talked to a lot of people, and I actually just asked them, I said, tell me right now, I was like, say, I love myself. Thank you. And a lot of people can't actually say it.
Really?
And one of her exercises in the book is to look in the mirror, and I want you guys to practice this. No matter what you do, I want you to look at the mirror and bypass every imperfection you may see, and see through that and look into your own eyes and actually say, I love and approve of myself exactly as I am.
Oh, I love that.
Please.
Yes.
Do this daily. Walk by a mirror. Do not judge yourself. Don't look at the fat on your legs or thighs or the dimplies. Walk by and say, I got you. I love you. And start,
so cute.
Have your own back. Switch your
it.
perspective about yourself and start loving yourself. And I've said it to people and they can't. They get tears to their eyes. And another exercise is like within this mirror work is other affirmations of I can do this, or I am pretty exactly as I am, or I am whatever that may be. Just try it. Just try it on for size. It's not that hard, but it all starts with self-love, loving yourself.
I love it.
You're
I have
You're welcome. I said it twice. You're welcome. She just said I thought you said thank you. I don't know why.
I don't know, but thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I have a Tiffany.
Let's hear it.
The tip from Annie is when you do that and you talk high vibrational language to yourself, whether you believe it or not, when you hold your head high, not high like I'm better than you,
no ego,
but you're opening up your heart chakra and you roll your shoulders back, you can actually do this in any type of interaction that you have anticipation for. So something that maybe an interview, maybe your first date, maybe whatever. You will change your vibration just from rolling your shoulders back and exposing your heart. So if you want to be a little bit more authentic and a little less scaredy pissy pants, open your arms like this, nice and wide. I'm going to do it right now. Open, 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 open.
You can say, I open up my heart.
Yes.
Affirm that.
And maybe surrender to those old feelings and beliefs, old skin, old skin, old skin, and then show up that way. And I'm telling you, the world's going to look a little differently.
Yes, it is.
And you're going to have a different reaction than you expected.
Yes.
Right? Again, with expectations.
There you go. And on that note, Tiffany, this just came to my mind. When you ask for something, it might be healthy eating or to lose weight. However you ask for it, just be mindful of how it shows up. It may not show up how you wanted it to show up.
Thank you.
You may get an illness. You may get a rash all over your body.
Yeah.
You may get something else when you put it out there on your vision board, when you put it out there to the universe, or write it down and say, okay, I surrender, I'm ready for the change. And then all of a sudden a whirlwind comes in, rips the carpet out from under you. This is what you've asked for. It just might not look like it the way that you wanted it to look like. So it could be a car accident or something that you need to just reshift your body and get in alignment to go, okay, I need to slow down. I need to put me first. I need to get my exercise routine and I need to eat healthy. So don't be afraid of what shows up when you're ready to make the change. Because by you initiating and like meeting the universe, it's going to meet you back, but make sure that you are ready for it and then fucking go for it.
Woo! So we are coming up to our time on the podcast recording.
Oh.
That's
we're
okay.
At 1:08, and it's cool because I've been looking at these times and I'm like, holy shit, I'm getting some cool number synchronicities. Okay, card.
Okay, wait, hold on. I just want to talk about
Let's
the
talk about
other
sex,
side
baby.
of this.
Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about
all the good things and the bad things that may be.
Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. I don't even know what is sex, anyways. I don't even
Kristen,
know. What
you
it's
gotta go to the
been
sex store and get you a nice
like
big fat vibrator.
like almost 2 years. One in a. Anyways. Okay.
So on the side of okay, so not everybody's going to get the calling of change, but now you bitches know. You know the tools. Even if you don't feel like it, you know it's probably the best thing.
Okay.
I have done that many times when I was secluding myself from social interactions. I did not want to leave the house, but when I would get invited or whatever, I didn't want to go, but I was like, I know I need to go. Now I want you to consider this with other things that are good for you, like making healthy changes. So I'm going to speak from my experience here. So I am a health and fitness coach. I personal train people. It's totally like a passion of mine. I absolutely love it. But I also do not always, like sometimes I'm not always in the realm of like committing to a program or committing to a certain way of doing things, fall on and off. So it's been a while. I do want to, I don't know, I have like a lot of bloating and stuff, and just from the holidays, I was back on track, but now what I'm doing is I'm actually planning it out completely, and I'm coming up with a boot camp, like a free boot camp. So if you follow me on Instagram, you're gonna hear about it eventually. It's not out yet, but
what is your Instagram?
It's gonna be in the show notes.
Well, can you just say it?
I guess.
Yeah. Every time she's not saying it, and I want people to hear it right now.
Tiffany Garrigus _fitness. That's my Instagram.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you don't know how to spell my last name, is Garrigus.
Hers is really long, so whenever I'm trying to like tag us in photos and stuff, hers goes like across the whole screen, and it's really hard to hide. Come on, girl.
Well, if yours was Kristen Calawarney, it would be doing the same thing, but it's not, thank God. But anyways, I just wanted to share that because this isn't something that is like really, I'm like super driven to do for myself, but I know I need to do it. So I'm fucking doing it. And I'm setting myself all this week. I'm planning. It's been in my fruition for a little while, and now I'm just working with people in my group, and they're kind of amping me up, and I'm like, okay, this is fucking awesome. I want to get on board on this just because I know I need to change. And again, this is about stepping into a new. Why not make the change in my health? Fuck it. It's a blip of my life. My God, like.
And you know how amazing you feel when you're on the freaking peak of your mountain, girl.
And I actually had to kind of dig deep a little bit and find out why I was putting it off being a procrastinator. I was being lazy. I was being lazy. So I'm just going to bite the bullet.
We've already put it out there now. It's it. It's done.
And I'm cool with it. I'm totally cool with it. No fear here.
Okay.
Let's go.
Card.
What is it?
Oh my God, I just said 808 too on there. Okay. The card is: when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love.
Oh, so
show you guys.
What that says to me, and it may or may not, like you might not think that has anything to do with this episode, but it fucking does because
focusing on your inner light.
Well, when it comes to making changes, you gotta put yourself first. In order to put yourself first, you need to love yourself. So bring some compassion, have some compassion, some patience for yourself, and put divine trust into the unknown. Because once you do that, the world's going to look a lot different. I think we should quote that shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Hashtag.
Yeah, because we've talked about a lot of fun things that we're going to be doing one step at a time.
Yes.
Step. Yeah, this is perfect. So thank you guys for tuning into our podcast. Our YouTube is still running, so we do have
see you there.
A pre and post show. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We love you, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Have a good
hump
day. Ooh.
Save.
Bitches saved.
It's saved. Oh yeah, I guess we're done with the mic now.
Yeah.
Mic check. So I was gonna say something, and it's gone now. What the hell was I gonna say? I hate that. Oh, we're always. Is it saving?
It's just because I was on airplane mode, so nobody would fuck with me. Nobody would call me while we're recording.
What were you saying before? It was really important. obviously not that important.
Change perspective, live in love.
Should we share what we're doing this Saturday?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
So this is actually a cool story. It was over the Christmas break. I was at home. I was kind of not having the most amazing day. And my phone rings. And I answer it. Hello. And it's like, hey, this is so-and-so from Rumble Boxing Club. So I went to Rumble in the summertime. And I went to a few classes. And I'm absolutely obsessed with their classes. Boxing bags, you got your gloves, music is blaring. I am like, you're dancing and you're hitting the bags. You're not actually dancing. I'm dancing, of course. But like, you're doing squats. So all of a sudden you got like Beyonce on and I'm like doing my Jamaican booty dance. And then hitting the bag. And I was literally just like,
I wonder what the boys thought of that.
I was just on fire. I don't know. So I literally was like, I just let myself go. Anyway, so I get the call. She's like, hey, would you like to come in for a free, and I'm like, yeah, a free one-on-one session, because obviously of COVID, they're trying to optimize on whatever they can do for their clients. And I said, yes, sign me up. So it was funny because I had it booked and then it got canceled because some other stuff had come up. But Tiffany wouldn't have been able to come. So then I was like, Tiff, let's go and do this. She's like, fuck yeah.
Yes,
she puts it in her calendar. So we're going to Rumble Boxing Club this Saturday downtown to kick the shit out of some bags. And we're going to share our experience with all of you amazing people.
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are.
And we're probably even going to have a little... maybe we'll do a little live before we jump into the class.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do, and I forgot.
Oh, okay. A live while we're recording.
It's fine. Okay. We're gonna do it after.
We'll do another time. I always tell my son, I'm like, we don't keep secrets. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever you want to say, or if you want to have a surprise, you say a surprise. So when I went, I was like, I don't keep secrets. Because, you know what, I think it's best to not keep our kid or teach our kids to keep secrets, because that gives an opportunity for maybe another adult or somebody else to say to your child, don't tell mom and dad. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of instilling that in him now, that whatever he shares with me, he can share with another and vice versa. So
I do think that may have to sway as he gets a bit older. This is the hard part about parenting is they stay the same in their eyes, but we are always having to change our way we parent them because they're constantly hitting milestones in their age. So when they come to get to a certain age, and this is what we tell our kids, is somebody tells you something personal about them, lips are sealed. Do not talk about it.
Like gossip.
Yeah, because
regurgitating what somebody just dropped down.
Because if you do that, no one's ever going to trust them.
I understand. I understand exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
So, valid point. Learning to just communicate with your child, obviously, at every stage, to let them know there's a time and a place.
But I do think it's important when they're as young as
Cassius.
3 years old. There's such a innocent age. Right. It's innocent stage actually for a little while.
Exactly.
That it probably till about like 7 or 8 where they actually start developing that that consciousness of what's right and what's wrong.
Yes.
Right? Because
it's huge. This is obviously a whole other topic, but I still want to share because we're talking about it. Even with Cassius, I teach him about his privates, his space. That's his shit. That's it. That's yours. It's private. It's personal. That is it. And I feel like a lot of parents can get uncomfortable when it comes to this topic or these types of things. But I just like to share that message so that parents can feel comfortable to say to their kids, that's your private part, that's yours, nobody else is to go near there. And it's just communicate, talk about it.
And not just adults.
No, with other children, because kids don't know. They have no idea. And they experiment and they go to their friend's house, and then there's an older friend that all of a sudden says other things, does other things. So if we pretend like it doesn't exist and push it underneath of a carpet or a rug, that's not healthy. It's not.
Well, so bringing awareness.
That's
and
a perfect way. A perfect vocabulary to say is awareness.
Yeah.
Just be aware. Be mindful. Shit happens. We really need to just talk about it, communicate about it.
100%.
So stay tuned for our experience, our Rumble boxing experience. I know it's going to be shits and giggles. And we have another class. I'm not going to say what it is. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. We're really excited about that. We're going to share our experience.
Yes.
And we also have our guest booked. We will not share with you who's coming on. That is coming up in another few weeks. So stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe. Do all of your due diligence to help us because we love you. Tiffany,
and
tell them how much you love them.
Well, I wanted to say something before I do that, but you know what? I love you guys. And yeah, that's really coming from my heart because my heart chakra is like my strength.
It is.
It's my strongest part of my chakra. So when I say sending all the love, I fucking mean it.
Dude, her heart is going into yo's.
Yo's!
She's a powerful ass heart bitch.
But the one thing that I wanted to share with everybody was why we were laughing is because we were on mushrooms.